Texas has no income tax. We've got Florida that has no income tax. And we're expecting the taxpayers of Oklahoma to continue paying income taxes while they're trying to make ends meet in this economy.
Yes, that is Ryan Walters, State Superintendent of Education in Oklahoma. Yeah, talking about the economy and income taxes. He's obviously running for governor, even though he hasn't announced it yet. So, Mr. Walters, I'm going to teach you about how education impacts income taxes in the state of Oklahoma. Because you are the state superintendent of education, and we're like last in education, and you're up here throwing a fit that we have to, Oklahomans have to pay income tax, state income tax. You see, there's many reasons we have a state income tax, and there are tax cut proposals before the state legislature now that completely eliminate the bottom three lowest tax brackets. But until we have a decent education system in this state, which you are in charge of, we're likely to have to charge state income tax. That's how it works. That's how it works. You see, we don't have a largely educated labor pool in this state, so we can't attract new industry here. Yeah, that's why we can't grow with new industry as a state, because we don't have a labor force that's been educated. So that means huge losses in tax revenues for the state. Yeah. So the one thing we do have that can bring industry into the state is super low property taxes and other things that offset that a little bit. And you talk about Texas and Florida, Texas has extremely high property taxes. That's what offsets their income taxes. And Florida's like number 1 or 2 in education. Their labor force is fine. They don't need income tax to fill the gap like we do here because our education system sucks. Do you understand how these things are connected and why education is so important? And by the way, a kid carrying a Bible to class every day isn't going to land him a 6-figure job when he gets out of college, if he can go to college. It's not even going to land him in college unless he's going to seminary school. So we don't have a highly trained and educated labor force, which means we can't pay the labor force we have a great deal of money. Yeah. So what I'm saying, Mr. Walters, is that without a decent education system, this is what we got. And until you fix that, you can't fix anything else. It's not a thing. And you can stand there and cry and complain about the state legislature and the proposed income taxes we have, but you certainly don't have a solution to fill that gap where we don't run massive budget deficits. You don't have a solution for that. And education is not on your radar, even though you're literally the superintendent of education. Yeah. And if you don't understand this basic fact of life, then you're certainly not qualified to be governor. But as we know in this state, qualifications don't matter. Thanks.